What it is, what it do, cyber world. It is your girl, the one, the only, Ash Said It. AshSaidIt.com, AshSaidIt.com. Welcome to the Ash Said It Daily Podcast Show. I appreciate you guys for all of your love and support. Over 1,700 episodes and 500,000 views worldwide. 1,700 episodes. That's insane. I never in a million years imagined over, almost 8 years ago when I started the show that I would get to that number. It's crazy. All right, so we're into summer months. We're well into the summer season, and I want to talk about something and a brand that you guys are going to want to really listen up and cozy up your ears to the speakers as we talk to founder and CEO of Flower and Branch, the wonderful Lauren. Hey, Lauren.
Hi, nice to be here.
Oh, thank you so much for joining us. So, Lauren, what part of the country are you at today?
San Francisco, California.
Oh, San Francisco. I mean, I'm totally jealous of you because you guys have good weather year-round. So, I mean, there's nothing else I can say. I am back in Georgia, and Georgia's temperamental. It could be, the sun's out, bright and, beautiful, and then the next minute the clouds will come in, and it'll be raining cats, dogs, and livestock. So, that's the kind of stuff we have here. Awesome.
Yeah, that sounds challenging. We have fog as well. In fact, we have, our fog's name is Carl. It's been named.
Wow.
Because we have so much of it.
That's crazy. They named
it. But it actually is it's actually very nice here right now.
I can imagine. All right, Lauren. So let's get to the chase. Where does the story for Flower and Branch actually start?
Yeah, I mean, it probably started back in maybe 2012. I've always been a cookie connoisseur. I've always had a sweet tooth, and I, would test cookies and try to make the best cookies I could find. And around that time, I had started on this kind of health kick, and I was becoming paleo, more of a lifestyle than a diet. And my nutritionist had told me that, if you were going to quote unquote cheat, that you should do so with products that are still made with really good ingredients. So, organic and all natural and, whole milk and, if you can use, butter, dairy from grass-fed cows. And so I started using Kerrygold butter and organic and, free-range eggs and all these really amazing ingredients, but I couldn't really find baked goods and desserts and cookies I liked that have these really good ingredients. Yeah. And so I just started making them on my own. And so it just kind of grew. And then I lived in San Diego and LA and San Francisco, where you find really good food, and even these places I just couldn't find really good quality baked goods, and so I kind of kicked that up and or dialed it up over the last few years, and I started bringing my baked goods to work, and I would send them to with my husband to his work, and people started asking if they could buy them, and it just grew. I didn't touch a lot during the pandemic, which is what I did, but yeah, that's kind of I think how it really started.
Wow, that sounds incredible. And it's like, and the most amazing companies usually have a story similar to that, where you really didn't have set out to start a company. It just kind of snowballed into this, to this thing, and it kind of grew legs and took off.
Yeah, it sure did.
Cool. So how did you guys handle, the pandemic has changed life as we know it, just like forever. So how did you and the team, how did you guys adapt to COVID environments?
Yeah, it was really peculiar because we started during the pandemic. I guess I knew what to expect. We decided to get a smaller commercial kitchen space, and I mean, even my interviews were all during the pandemic. So I mean, I haven't even seen my employees' real faces outside of a mask, and so I think that helped because there was you already had a very set expectation, in terms of knowing most of the challenges that you were, getting yourself into. But yeah, I think from the very start, we really wanted to make sure that everyone was safe. And so we developed these really tried to true safety measures, to keep everyone feeling comfortable. And I work really close with the health inspector. In fact, like I have her email, I send her emails and be like, what should I do? But it was challenging. It affected building delays. It affected opening dates. It affected the way that we interact with customers. So, it was every day just seemed like a new challenge. And honestly, it was like daily adapting. It was not not the easy situation, but you know what? I think we're stronger for it.
Absolutely.
And I think it set us up to be really agile and kind of be prepared to accept anything that came our way.
Yes. Now, amid everything that's happened and all the different ways that you guys had to pivot to make this thing work, you as the founder and the initial person putting everything together, what was your proudest moment, or what has been your proudest moment with the brand?
I think the proudest moment was the customer reviews. We've had some really awesome features, magazines and blogs and websites, etc. But I think the proudest moment was when I would read these customer emails or review on Yelp or a comment on Instagram that said like, you're the best bakery in the Bay Area, or and I know this was their opinion. Or this is just the best cookie I've ever had. I think it was that. I when you create something, you're so protective and proud of it, and so to hear this validation from your actual customers that they love it or they like it is, I think that just makes me feel proud, and I don't know if I could ever get enough of those. I feel like each time I read it, I'm just as excited as I was when I read the first one. So I would say that.
I love that. I love it. So what is available right now on the website?
Yeah, so we ship nationwide on Goldbelly, and so we have these 7 set cookie collections. You can buy, one flavor, 7 of them, or you can buy a mix and match. I think the best one that we have to offer is called the Full Bouquet Cookie Collection. So it's 7 of our original cookies, and then it's our 8th cookie is called the Hopper, which was our newest release. And so it's a really great way to sample everything that we have to offer. And then we're also known for our stuffed French toast. So those are available on the website, and they're basically like kind of like a bread pudding casserole, but they have stuff in them. And like one of them is like in whiskey, and then yes, it's very indulgent and yummy. We have these big kind of like Rice Krispie treat things that we call monster mellows, and then we do different products seasonally. We're trying to figure out what we can add, because it's actually quite difficult to ship things nationwide and make sure that they come exactly as they're intended. But for instance, for Mother's Day, we did this floral and prosecco trifle, which was just delicious, and it came in this little glass jar. And then for Father's Day, we're doing a set of 2 buns that we're calling Hold My Beer buns. So everything is it's just, delicious and unique. But for instance, the buns, it has obviously beer in it. Wow. So it's a beer glaze and a beer cream cheese frosting with this brown sugar streusel, and it's filled with blueberries and cherries. So yeah, everything is quite unique.
That sounds so sensational. Like, my mouth is watering. You're talking and describing. I'm like, oh my gosh, that would taste so good right now. Okay, let me get to the next. Let me try not to forget my questions, Lauren, because everything sounds so wonderful. What would you say? And you know the books, the inventory and everything. What are your most popular products?
Yeah, we definitely sell a ton of cookies. And even locally, we even sell a lot of cookies before 10 a.m. I'm not sure why people eat cookies before 10 a.m., but I'm not arguing with their choices. But yeah, we go through a lot of cookies. And then in terms of cookies, I think our two best sellers would be one of the cookie collections. So it's probably equal parts between the original cookie collection is called F&C Baked Cookie Collection, or on Gold Belly it's called the Cookie Sampler, and then the Full Bouquet Cookie Collection. Individually, we sell probably the most of the birthday cake cookie, or we have these stuffed cookies. So we're pretty known for our stuffed cookies. People kind of go crazy for them, and we have 3 types of stuffed cookies. So there's the Nutella stuffy, so it's the big chunky cookie stuffed with Nutella, and topped with these caramel crisp pearls. And then we have a PB&J stuffed cookie, which is filled with peanut butter and this house wild berry jam, and it's topped with rainbow sprinkles. And so those probably sell the best. And then, of course, there's our newest release stuffy, which is called the Hopper Stuffy. And it's kind of like this mint chocolate cookie with almost like an Oreo center stuffing. And then it has mint chips and these white chocolate pearls on top. And it's all very indulgent, very yummy. But customers definitely go crazy for our stuffed cookies.
Lauren, I have to say that I'm fairly confident that I've gained about 25 pounds just talking to you about these cookies and all of the stuffings. I'm like, okay, I can just feel the pounds. But yep, right there. Yep, thighs are touching.
Yeah, imagine how I feel. I work with these every day.
Insane. So, Lauren, if people need to get their hands on some of those Father's Day Hold My Beer specials, where do they need to go?
Yeah, so they would go to Gold Belly, goldbelly.com, and, search for Flower and Branch. They're actually available on our website or on Gold Belly right now, and you can get them now through Father's Day. And then there's also a direct link to our Gold Belly site. So if you went to flourandbranch.com, which flour is spelled like the baking flour, so FLOURAND, branch.com, we have a direct link to our Gold Belly site.
Awesome. And if people need to connect with you guys on social media, where do they need to go?
Yeah, so you can also search Flower and Branch. It's flower _ and then _ branch. And we are, and there we also have a direct link to our Gold Belly page for easy shopping. But it's just Flower and Branch.
Lauren, I'm going to have to go and do like 5 or 6 miles now after we get off this call, because seriously, I need to burn some calories. I love it. Thank you so much for joining us today, Lauren. It's been a pleasure. Keep us in the loop. I definitely want to find out more and more about you guys. I know as the months go on, there are going to be different events and things, and I would love to have you back on the show to talk about it.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you so much for having me.
Not a problem. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for all of your love and support. Keeping in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do. You look them square in the face, you tell them, don't believe me. Just watch. Watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's what we're doing this for, the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is so much better. Until next time, you guys.